I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with a 3-minute cattle market update for Wednesday, February the 22nd. Well, this fed cattle market's looking a whole lot healthier than what we thought it was going to be, really, if you go back just a few days ago into the middle of last week. But we never thought we'd end up last week as good as we did, and sure didn't think we'd go into this week that well, but mostly due to the huge movement that they had last week. But look at the board real quick on the live cattle futures. Monday was closed, of course, because of President's Day, but Tuesday was up 37 cents on the April to end the day at 115.30. Now your February spot futures were up 117 at 119.10. So a lot of people thinking that we're going to get at least steady money this week. Feeder cattle futures for March, Monday closed. Tuesday up 47 cents, but you look at your May and August out there, they're up $1 or better. But Tuesday, March ended up at 124.55, but it's a really good sign seeing those out fronts picking up a little bit, because we sure need some support out there. But look at last week's weighted average on the fed cattle trade. We weren't really sure how many cattle moved finishing up last week, because it all happened on Friday there. But come in this week, it was 108,600 head in your 5-area feeding region, which is a great movement, best we've had in months, and really unexpected, keeping these feedlots current. It is going to fill the packers up a little bit and give them some cattle to work with, but they're not looking like they have a whole lot of cattle captivated out front. So if everybody's current, I think, and maybe starting to pull ahead a little bit even, this thing's looking really healthy. But that 108,600 head movement for last week was compared to 82,400 the week before and just 66,300 last year on the same week. So really a great movement there. But you look at your weighted average on your live steers, 119.59. That was down just 16 cents from the previous week. Your dress steers average 189.91, which was down just 14 cents. But it's looking more and more like we're going to have at least steady, and steady won't be the big victory that it was last week if we have to settle for steady this week. And a lot of people thinking we can maybe gain a buck or two, which would be great, because we need to head into these spring and summer months with as much steam as we can and build the market up as high as we can get it, because we know they're going to try to tear it down. But you look at your slaughter so far for the week, just through Tuesday, 217,000, which is down 9,000 from last week, but up 2,000 from the same week a year ago. So we're killing them through there. And even though it was a holiday on Monday, maybe a little of them were running a little slower change speeds than what they might have. But it should pick up here going into the rest of the week. But look at your feeder cattle markets early in the week. Oklahoma City had 8,300 head, and your feeders were called mostly steady to a buck higher, which is really a good sign there that we've got some interest still. Your calves are steady to a buck lower, but we've talked about that. We're getting more and more new crop type calves in there. Those calves born in the fall there, and they're just not as wanted to go out on grass. They're not as valuable. They don't have that quick come on like those old crop calves do. Not a lot of compensatory gain, and they just don't make as good a use of the grazing as those older hard cattle do. But you did show, and they made a note on the market report there, that cattle weighing 950 and better were $3 higher, and we're just not seeing a lot of those big long yearlings as we saw there over the last several months. We've about run out of them, and not a lot of backgrounded yearlings to buy either, and most of these big calves are gone. But you look at Joplin, and they had a pretty good run there, over 6,000 on Monday, unevenly steady there, but still supporting all weights. You look at the market on Tuesday, Winter Live in La Junta, Colorado, there had near 3,000 head. And you look at the market report on Beef Market Central there, you see that those feeder weights were steady to $5 higher, including over 300 head, 8-weight steers averaging 126.03 compared to last week where they brought 121.01. But working here in Pierce, South Dakota, and we'll talk to you on Friday.